Okay, well, it's been a while since I've done some videos, but I have been logging an amazing amount of time out in the woods. Everything from canoeing to camping. I've been to numerous states, different state forests, um, all the way up to Maine and all the way down to Kentucky, Ohio, all sorts of different places. And it's really been wonderful. And in the meantime, I've gotten a lot of different knives. And so I'm going to start showing you some of these knives again. So this is a hunting knives for bushcraft. This will be part of that series. And the knife today tends to be one that's, this is going to be an obvious one, okay? It's not like the Puma Stag Bowie or you know, the K-bar that I reviewed. This here is made by Kellam Knives. Okay, this is the Tundra Carbon Leuku. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. This sports a 5.7-inch carbon steel blade. There's a few different types of wood on this handle. I do know that there's curly birch, and it has brass up here with leather spacer in there between the wood. Not quite sure what this dark wood is, but it is a beautiful, beautiful knife. And this should come to no surprise to anybody that this particular knife should fare pretty well in this category. A knife that can be used for hunting, you know, heavy butchering, and then be brought in to do other camp chores like, you know, tripod making, sheltercraft, and firecraft. This knife does not come with a 90-degree spine. So you would have to, you know, take it to a file or your belt sander or whatever you do to 90 that spine to strike your ferrocerium rod. One thing we will notice with this knife is we have a big, big swell here. And these knives, because of, you know, where they originate from, it is extreme temperatures in terms of how cold it gets. And so these knives here, this one in particular that we're talking about, in many instances is to be used with, you know, gloves or mittens on the hand. And so you want something that is thick like this. So it still allows you to get a good purchase on a knife even with a gloved hand. Where some of the other knives that are maybe smaller in hand, you know, you're not going to get a good purchase on that. This knife here, this design is also to produce good draw cuts, okay, slices. Perhaps you have something hanging up, right? And we're cutting it like this, okay? And we're slicing pieces off. Or we're down here and we're cutting. One thing that I have noticed in use of this knife is indexing can be a little different, okay? Now, I've given this knife, you know, some thought and some time, and it's different than what I am used to using. But that doesn't mean that it is bad at all. It's just different. And perhaps if you were to purchase this with this type of handle, maybe it would feel different to you. I also recognize that this culture has been using knives like this for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. So chances are it's not the wrong way to do it. So stay with me. We'll have another part. We'll have a few more parts, and we'll discuss this knife more, and we'll start using it for some things other than game that you would use in more of the bushcraft setting. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned.